Okay. Yes, I believe now students will be able to join their own. Yes, I see some students now. Hi, everyone. So we're going to give maybe everyone 1 minute before we start to let students come in. So far we have 13 individuals. Give everyone a few more seconds. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. So hi everyone, hi students and our other participants. My name is Paulo Marquez. I'm the moderator for this session today. And we're gonna have our panelists take over in a few seconds. So I just want to leave some ground rules here for you all and different things that you could do. So this is so your cameras are going to be off and your microphone are going to be off. In order to ask questions, you're going to see the little button there. It says Q&A, and there you could ask questions, and the panelists will do the best they can to answer it. And just make sure that you do check out more sessions after this to sign up for more. And recordings will always be there as well. So let's say you have to leave early or you come a little bit late, the recording will be available online as well. So I will now hand it off to the panelists. I'm going to unshare my screen.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shawnee Lenore Jenkins, and I am the Vice President of Enrollment at Maryville University. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully everybody can see my screen there. And we'll go ahead and get started. Glad everyone could join us this evening. I'm going to be talking about STEM at Maryville. So I'm going to just jump right into this real quick. If you're not familiar with Maryville, a few quick facts about us. We are located in St. Louis, Missouri. We have about 11,000 total students, but of those 11,000, 2,900 are traditional undergraduate students. So we are still considered a small, private, liberal arts university. If you're thinking what the difference is between that 11,000 and 2,900, the majority of those are online students studying in graduate level programs. At our campus in St. Louis, we have about 50 states and 58 countries represented in our student body. We have over 90 different academic programs. We are NCAA Division II athletics, so we do offer athletic scholarships as well. And our average class has about 25 students per class. And in a normal year, very vibrant, active student life on campus with over 150 clubs and organizations. If you're not familiar with St. Louis, Missouri itself, we are about 20 minutes west of downtown. So we actually sit in the suburbs of St. Louis. So STEM at Maryville, before I get into the actual STEM programs, I want to kind of talk about how we built our STEM programs. Maryville University is always looking at the market and what market relevant careers are out there, and that's how we build our programs and continue to enhance our academic programs. So LinkedIn released a job report not too long ago about the top 15 emerging jobs. And as you can see from a lot of the titles, most of them are STEM related or technology related programs. So if any of these job titles resonate with you, or just even some of the words resonate with you, the STEM field is something you definitely want to get into because those fields will lead you down a path to some of these careers. So what about the programs at Maryville? As I mentioned, we are always looking at market relevant data. So once we saw what those top 15 emerging jobs were, we looked at our programs and said, do we offer programs that will help students to those careers? And absolutely. So at Maryville, we offer a dual degree engineering program where students can start out at Maryville, and then we have partner schools where students will start at Maryville and then finish their engineering degree. About 2 or 3 other schools we partner with, including Washington University in St. Louis. We're one of the top cybersecurity programs, undergraduate and graduate programs in the country. That program has been around for a while. We have a really cool cyber fusion center on campus where students are doing real-time work in helping organizations protect their systems. Data science is another program that we offer. Game design is a fast-growing program as well. And then just this fall, we actually relaunched our computer science program, but not in your traditional format of programming, which you would think what computer science would be, but we looked at those careers of the future and said, how do we enhance our computer science program to accommodate those careers? So you'll see blockchain, cybersecurity, these are the tracks, artificial intelligence. If you don't know what that is, every website you're on, especially Amazon, is tracking all your movements, understanding what your behavior is, software development, data science, and of course, user experience, which is what happens when you're on different websites. So I just wanted to show a quick video. I talked about the programs, but I want to show you what those programs look like at Maryville. So hopefully what you saw at Maryville is we are very hands-on as far as our learning. We have created an active learning ecosystem. We want to make sure students are engaged in their learning. So a lot of our classrooms, well, in the last 5 years or so, every student has been receiving an iPad. And so that becomes the tool by which it becomes really interactive and engaging in the classroom. So if you kind of like what you saw in the video, just a quick snippet, and you're interested in Maryville, just going to talk a little bit about the application process. Our application is free, it's online, it's pretty simple. We are members of the Common App, and we're also members of the Coalition app, so you can fill out any of these apps, they're all free. Maryville has been test optional for 5 years now, so we know a lot of schools are moving to test optional because of COVID. We've been that way for 5 years. We take a holistic review approach to students. We believe you're way more than the numbers on a test, and so we take, again, a holistic approach. So involvement in activities and resume information is gonna be important, along with some of the transcript information in your GPA. So if you have questions, I can definitely answer those for you a little bit later. So obviously college is an investment, a significant investment, and we're a private school, so we're gonna cost a little bit more than some of your public schools. But because we are private, we don't have in-state or out-of-state tuition. It's the same whether you're from Missouri or not. But the reason I put this slide up here is Maryville University has been committed to access and affordability since a strategic plan back in 2005. So I just want to throw the numbers out so you can see. For the last 5 years, on the left, you'll see our tuition last year was $26,000. We froze that number for 5 years. So it's been $26,000 for 5 years. Well, this year, it was just announced that we are in a process of lowering our tuition by 20% over the next 4 to 5 years. So this year, we lowered tuition by 5%. And so you can see the numbers in red show from last year to this year, it's less to attend Maryville. This has been a goal of ours, part of our strategic plan. And so while it's only 5% this year, the goal is to lower that by a total of 20% over the next 4 to 5 years. So you can be assured when you come to Maryville that every year your tuition will actually go down instead of going up. And we're really proud and excited to say that. What will not go down is the high quality, high touch education you can receive at Maryville. So there are a lot of scholarships that we do offer. I encourage you to go to our website, maryville.edu/scholarships. We have scholarships ranging anywhere from 9 to full tuition and board for some of our competitive scholarships. But in addition to that, we actually have a $5,000 California grant that you can stack on top of any of the automatic or competitive merit-based scholarships. And the only qualification is just being a resident of California. There are a few programs that we exclude from that, as you can see from the bottom. But I assume since you're here for the STEM presentation that those are programs that you may not be interested in, PT/OT nursing. But if you're not interested and you're interested in other programs, then that $5,000 becomes a stackable scholarship on top of any other scholarships you might be eligible for at Maryville. A little bit about our outcomes. We are proud to announce in the last few years that 97% of our students within 6 months of graduation are either employed or are in graduate school. And based on the national survey, as you can see from this graph, we are 16% higher than the national average when it comes to our outcomes. So we are not just focused on your success while you're here as a student, but we're focused on your success when you graduate. And let me clarify, when I say 6 months after graduation, when students are in, have a job, that's a job in their chosen career. So it's not just having a job, it's having a job in the field that you went to school for. So all of us are gonna be doing some quick presentations. 8 minutes goes by really fast. So if you're curious to know more about Maryville and specifically these emerging careers and STEM programs, we actually have a virtual visit experience coming up next Wednesday. It's part of our Sneak Peek series, where we're running weekly live virtual sessions on different topics. Next week happens to be emerging careers. So if you see any of these job titles and any of these job growth numbers that you're really excited about, definitely check out our virtual visit next week. And you can find that information on our visit page or maryville.edu/sneakpeek. And finally, if you just want general information about Maryville University, we have resumed campus visits in person. So if you want to do that, I know that a lot of you are not comfortable at this point traveling. So we also offer other virtual opportunities. So in addition to the Sneak Peek Wednesdays that I mentioned, we're also hosting a monthly Maryville webcast live series. And this is actually being hosted by current students. So on a monthly basis, you'll be able to live video chat with our current students to see what life is like as a Saint. Again, my name is Shawnee Lenore Jenkins. I'm the Vice President of Enrollment at Maryville. And if you have questions, I'd be more than happy to answer those for you. And with that said, I'm going to turn it over to my next colleague.
Good evening, everyone. I am Kelly Gualtieri. I am actually the Director of Admissions and Enrollment Management at Maine Maritime Academy. I too have a quick overview. It's slightly different than the presentation you just heard. Most people have no clue who we are. So just to give you a little overview of us, we are actually a state school in Maine. We're in a little tiny coastal community in Castine, Maine, right by Acadia National Park. We love the water, everything that has to do with the water. We have about 1,000 students in our undergraduate, on our undergraduate student body. We represent 26 states and 5 countries. Most of those students do come from coastal areas. So all up and down the East Coast, the West Coast, a few from Texas, and then some of the other countries that play a big role in our maritime shipping community. We are small, 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Most of our classes have less than 20 students in them. So during this COVID time, it was actually pretty easy for us to bring back our whole entire student body. So yes, we are here on campus. We are practicing social distance. We're wearing masks, but our classes really haven't become affected. And that's very important for us because all of our majors you'll see in a minute are all hands-on. We do have Division III athletics, so that means no Division III scholarships in terms of athletics, but our student athletes do really well in the classroom. So many of them do get academic merit-based money to come here. We have over 30 student clubs and organizations, and those range from everything from academic clubs, things like scuba, schooner club on different types of vessels, as well as a woodsman club that participates in lumberjack challenges and things of that nature. Anything our students want, we try to support them. The best part about campus, we have over 60 training, research, and pleasure vessels. Just today, I spent about 6 hours out with our students on our tug as they participated in their tug and barge class, learning hands-on skills for the industry that those students are going to go into. Just like Maryville, we've had some success in the career field as well. So 90% of our graduates are employed within 90 days of graduation. So that's actually 3 months after graduation. And that is all of our students that are graduating, not just the ones who return the survey. So a little bit about us. We are completely STEM. I know this is a STEM presentation, but we have 4 different branches of STEM that has 22 majors. So again, small school, small focused kind of curriculum where everyone is studying hands-on STEM fields. We have an engineering department that holds 6 majors, everything from marine systems engineering, marine engineering, technology and operations, and power engineering. The unique thing about our engineering degrees is that they are ABET accredited. Some range around naval architecture. Some are more the hands-on components of those who want to actually be on vessels, doing everything from working with electrical engineering to diesel, steam, nuclear engineering. And then we do have some crossover into the military fields as well for students looking to go into those paths. We have a deck department, and those are typically the students who want to drive ships. So everything from marine transportation, vessel operations and technology, as well as a program called small vessel operations. So these are students who want to do everything from driving ferries to tugboats, large container ships. For those of you on the coast of California, take a look out at some of the larger ports. There are endless job opportunities right there in your backyard. You get to see the world, you get to pull into all the different ports, and you're moving everything that we need on a daily basis. So whether it's the food that you eat, your iPhones, your vehicles, think of everything and how they get from place to place. And that's what our students are doing, especially our business students. So our business program has one undergraduate major in it, and it's logistics and international business. It is all about the supply chain. It's actually 100% job placement in our business program. They're hired by companies like Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Pepsi. They're moving product and they're making sure it's getting to where you need it when it opens or when it needs to be there, right? So when the new iPhone comes out, we have to make sure that those phones are there when the doors of the store open. We also have an ocean studies program, which covers everything from the biodiversity in the water, the different types of currents, so the marine bio, the oceanography, and then the interface of both of those in terms of the coastal and marine environment. And that is also very hands-on type STEM program. The best part about about the business program and the ocean studies is you too can have a life on the water in terms of there's an opportunity to have a small vessel operations license. So a 200-ton license, it allows you to do the research as well as to drive the vessel. So if you want, you can take that vessel out to tag the sea turtles, to go whale watching, to do all those different type of things. On the business side, you're actually helping move product with the tugs and in the different ports as these large vessels are coming in with the container ships, with the cargo vessels. What we offer and what's in our mission is actually to provide you the skills and knowledge necessary to succeed in the global economy, right? So our students are doing everything. It's hands-on. We're doing classes like basic and advanced firefighting. We're taking apart engines. We're learning from those that have actually been in the industry and not just professional teachers. Basically, you're gonna learn hands-on through an immersive program. So our students have no desire to sit in a classroom for long periods of time, nor do they want to sit behind a desk when they graduate. So they are actually working in different fields, and that's the practice that they get when they're here. All of our engineers take classes like welding. All our ship drivers are learning how to plot not only those ships on paper charts, because as we all know in this virtual age, we do have some glitches. I had one last night in one of these types of presentations. So you actually have to learn both sides of it. And it's about turning a wrench and going out and exploring. But better yet, we are a community. We really are a family. We have a sponsor family program, especially for our students who live far away. When you can't go home on a weekend, we make sure that you have a family here. We match you up so that you have a place to kick back, relax, watch some TV, go out sailing, go enjoy Acadia National Park, have dinners, things like that. We do try to host a lot of events on campus. It is quite quiet these days because of COVID, and we are limiting our outside visitors. However, we do still have our campus open for campus tours. So if you happen to come out this way to the East Coast, please just give us a call or shoot us an email. We'd love to have you on campus. Fall athletics are just starting to practice. It's so great to see our students back on the field and in the gym and things of that nature. But we're student-centered. Everything we do here, I think you can tell. I don't have a cool video, but it's all about our students. It's all about our pictures, and these are what they send to us to represent who they want coming in to be part of our family and our campus community. What makes us different? I didn't really talk a lot about the licensing opportunity, but in the beginning, there were 3 majors that were starred. And those majors actually culminate in a Coast Guard license, which allows those students to sail on any US or foreign flag vessel, unlimited tonnage. So again, those giant container ships, liquefied natural gas vessels, you name it, you can actually drive it or work on it or build it if you're in the Naval Architecture program. But that does require from the Coast Guard to be in a regiment of midshipmen. So about 65% of our student body is in that regiment. They do wear uniforms when they're in the class and certain times of the day. And then the rest of our student body are in traditional civilian clothes. They all take classes together. They all support each other. But this is something that definitely makes us a little bit unique. What's the best part is the summer experiences. So all of our programs have hands-on summer co-ops and internships. So whether you're out working for Pepsi, Siemens, whether you're on a vessel somewhere around the globe, you will actually be learning with the different companies that are going to be your future employers. So many of our students, their sophomore and junior year, as they come back to campus, actually have job offers already in hand for when they graduate as a senior. These are embedded. We feel these are a critical aspect to getting the hands-on education you need in order to then go out into industry and to your job. So what do you need to do? You need to chart your path. Our website is mainemaritime.edu. We have many different ways to visit. So even if you're not flying out to the East Coast, you can join us. We have chats, we have Zooms, we have Tuesday presentations. Some of those are live presentations or live chats with our students. We have different days dedicated to the different majors. So we do have power days, ocean study days, you name it. So any way that we can help you learn more about Maine Maritime and our application process, just let us know how we can be there. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the next presenter.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Beth Meehan and I'm a Senior International Officer for the Americas at Abertay University in Dundee, Scotland. So we're moving across the Atlantic Ocean now to the country of Scotland, and just to give you a brief overview of where we're located. So we are in Scotland, as I mentioned, which is the country north of England in the UK. We are located in the city of Dundee, which is on the east coast of Scotland, about an hour north of Edinburgh, about 5 or 6 hours by train from London. It's a mid-sized city, about 120,000, and it's a college town. So from about September until May, about a quarter of the people that are in the city are students. So we've got 2 universities within Dundee, and Abertay is the smaller of the 2 universities in the city. So you may or may not have heard of us before. If you have heard of us before, you would know that we are quite well known for our computer games and our ethical hacking courses. So we're well known for those, but we also offer world-class STEM degree courses, biomedical, forensic, sports science, food sciences, nutrition, engineering, and also computer science, as well as our 4 computer games majors and our ethical hacking and cybersecurity. So this will just give you an overview of the courses that we offer, the degrees that we offer. So in Scotland, we offer 4-year undergraduate degrees, as you do in the US. We have over 30 majors to choose from. The vast majority of them are STEM subjects. The idea behind the four-year degree in Scotland really is the first 3 years are very focused in terms of what you study. But they're very focused on your major. So if you have a clear idea of what you want to study when you start, and you're not really that interested in sort of the general education idea, you really know what you want to do with your life and what you want to study, then this degree structure is really good for you. The first 3 years, as I said, you focus heavily on your major, and then in your fourth year, you will have a dissertation or a project-based year. And this is usually something of your own choosing that you would get to focus on for your fourth year of your undergraduate degree. So, big question, why would you want to come to Abertay? So you're all in sunny California. Why would you want to come all the way to Scotland? I'm sure all of you know it rains a little bit here. The weather's not as good. So I'm going to give you a few good reasons why you might want to come to Scotland and why you might want to come to Abertay. So the first reason, we are a top 15 school for games. And we have been ranked that way for the last 6 years by the Princeton Review. So I'm going to show you just a quick video as we are talking to give you an idea of what we do here. So we were the first university in the world to offer degrees in computer games.
Hi, Beth. Do you have the screen shared by any chance? Because I don't think I see the screen. Or were you sharing a screen?
Okay, so we were the first university in the world to offer degrees in computer games, and we were also the UK Centre for Excellence in Computer Games Studies as well. You get a lot of opportunity to work on professional briefs from organizations like Disney. Our alumni include people like Dave Jones, who was the original creator of Grand Theft Auto, and Liam Wong, who was the youngest ever art director at Ubisoft. So our four main degree areas are computer arts, computer games, application development, computer games technology, and games design and production, which is our most popular. So the other course that you may know us for is our ethical hacking degree. This is at undergraduate and graduate level. And we were the first university in the world to offer an ethical hacking degree. We began these back in 2006. So we've been doing this for about 14 years now. We have dedicated hack labs within the university that allow our students to focus in on learning these skills. And this is kind of the proactive side of cybersecurity. So we teach you to think like a hacker, but not to behave like one. This is an extremely well-paid career, and Forbes recently reported that there are literally tens of thousands of jobs in this area. So are we right for you? We are a small university, which means we have small classes. We were #1 in the UK for teaching quality and student satisfaction, top 10 for the last 2 years. So as you can probably imagine, teaching and the personal relationship with your lecturers and the students around you are very, very important. As I mentioned, we're located in the city center of Dundee. So again, a small city, you can walk pretty much everywhere. And that really allows you to have a close relationship with the people in the university and your lecturers as well. In terms of entry requirements, what we require, so we would be looking at a minimum for your IB of 28 points, although for most of the games and ethical hacking courses, you would be looking at 30 points minimum for year one entry. As you can see, for for your US high school diploma, we're looking at a minimum of 3.0. We are looking at special considerations this year for testing for SATs. That is something that in the past we have required, but obviously with COVID this year, we need to look at other options. In terms of housing, again, you have housing on campus. We have 4 major halls on campus that you can choose to live in. These are all set up like apartments, so they are self-catered. You would have access to your own kitchen to do your own cooking, and most of them will have private washrooms en suite attached. Just to give you an idea of tuition fees for overseas students, generally for most of our courses within our School of Design and Informatics, we will be looking at about $20,000 per year. All other undergraduate bachelor programs are approximately $18,000, and we do participate in the federal loan system, and we accept VA funding. A little bit about scholarships. We have an award of up to $12,000 for new international undergraduate students. So that's $3,000 per year of your course. And this is paid in equal installments in January and April, and for a maximum of 4 years. In terms of the application process, this is the same as it would be for all of the universities in the UK. You would apply through the platform called UCAS, and you can see the website up the top. Generally, you have 4 main pieces that you would need to submit. That's your personal details, the details of your qualifications, your latest transcript, relevant work and voluntary experience, and you would need to submit a personal statement as well as a reference statement. So there's a few tips in there of how to put together your personal statement as well. And lastly, we do have a virtual day on the 31st of October. So please do join us. There's a link there. If you have questions, please feel free to get in touch with me. And I will hand back over to Melissa.
Thanks, Beth. Hi, everyone. Just bear with me a second and I'll share my screen with you all. Great. So I hope that everyone can see that okay. Oh, I'm getting a bit excited here and going ahead of myself. So firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Melissa Cunningham and I work at the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow in Scotland. So staying on this side of the pond for now. Glasgow is situated just about an hour and a half actually from Abertay University in Dundee. And you can see here just as a nice bird's eye view of the downtown area of Glasgow, where the University of Strathclyde is situated. So a little bit about Glasgow then. Glasgow is the 3rd largest city in the UK. As I mentioned, we're the largest city in Scotland, and we're a population of about 1 million. Scotland is quite a small country. We're about a population of 5.2 million. Glasgow is quite a big student city. There are 6 universities in and around the city itself, and there's loads going on, so students can take part in lots of different activities and social events. Just to give you a couple of examples, so UNESCO gave us the award of UNESCO City of Music in recognition that we have over 100 different gigs and concerts per week. So there's always something to go and see, depending on what kind of music that you like. As well as that, we have been host in the past to different sporting events. We have different theatre and arts festivals throughout the year. So again, lots for you to get involved in. For any of you who have been to Scotland before, I hope you will agree we are a very friendly bunch. We have been voted friendliest city in the world in 2014 and 2016. So you're coming to a really welcoming place. It's really easy to get to Glasgow as well. There are 2 international airports, one which is situated a 20-minute bus ride from the downtown area itself. And we're only about a 1-hour flight from London, and very easy to get to as well. I mentioned that we're not very far from all the main cities in Scotland, an hour and a half from Dundee, 3 hours from Aberdeen. We're only a 45-minute train or bus journey to Edinburgh, which is the capital of Scotland. And you can see here some lovely pictures of the downtown area of Glasgow as well. Very diverse in terms of the architecture, lots of bars and restaurants, concert venues, and nice green places as well. And just where the university is situated in the downtown area, we're quite a centralised campus. It only takes about a 10 or a 15-minute walk to get from one end of the campus to the other, and about a 5 or 10-minute walk to get to the main transportation hubs, the main train stations and bus stations. Again, making it very easy to travel around, not just Scotland, but the rest of the UK as well. And that's always really important. We encourage our students on a weekend to get out and about and explore what Scotland and the wider UK has to offer. You can see here a nice bird's eye view as well of the centre of campus, and here as well with some of our student accommodation and some brand new state-of-the-art buildings as well. So a little bit about the University of Strathclyde. If you haven't heard about us before, we're known as the place of useful learning. We were founded in 1796, so just over 200 years ago, by Professor John Anderson, and he really wanted to establish a place to give skills to students really to take out into the wider world. We're a school of 23,000 students from over 100 different countries, so very diverse. We have won a number of awards in the past couple of years, a couple of which I'll highlight. One which we are extremely proud of is we are Times Higher Education UK University of the Year. We were awarded this in 2019 and also in 2012. And that makes us the only UK university to have won this award twice. So extremely delighted about that. As well as that, we were winner of the Queen's Anniversary Prize for Higher and Further Education for our research in energy innovation. And recently we've been ranked 15th in the UK from the Guardian's University Guide 2021. We do have lots of links in the UK that you can see here. So currently we have about over 100 US students who study bachelor's, master's and research. And lots of US students come and study with us on exchange as well. We have really good partnerships with Fulbright. We have a summer school that US students come along. We also have links with NASA. So some of our Scottish high school students come and do a summer school with us, and they get to go to Houston, Texas as well, and do some cool stuff with NASA, which is great. And some really good research links as well in health policy with NYU and Yale. We are a school that has 4 faculties, so we do have a Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences and a business school, but I'll chat to you a little bit about STEM, so our Faculty of Science and our Faculty of Engineering shortly. Our application process, you can apply to us through UCAS, which is the UK application system. It allows you to choose up to 5 different courses or 5 different universities. And we do have a deadline of quite flexible actually of the 30th of June, just before September start. Beth had mentioned this and other colleagues as well in this presentation, although you'll see the entry requirements here in terms of what we usually require for GPA. and testing. With COVID, obviously, we are revising that at the moment. So watch this space and keep an eye on our web pages for updates. And Glasgow is quite, in comparison to a lot of major cities in the UK, Glasgow is quite a cheap place in which to live. We usually advise students to budget between $1,000 to $1,200 per month for your living expenses, and our tuition roughly for a 4-year degree program for each year, it's roughly $25,000 to $30,000. We do have a number of partial scholarships available as well, and you can, we do accept FAFSA loans in the GI Bill and Sally Mae. So very quickly then, just to chat to you a little bit about our Faculty of Science, we have 4-year undergraduate degree programs and 5-year integrated masters as well, where you can do your 4-year bachelor's and your 1-year master's attached onto that. We do specialise in biomedical sciences and pharmacy, so just to give you some examples there, we do have degree programs in immunology, biochemistry, pharmacology, pharmacy, microbiology, and you'll see the building here as well. This is our building of pharmacy and biomedical sciences. It's really new, really great state-of-the-art facilities. The students can go and do their research there as well. We are very hands-on. Being located in Glasgow gives us quite the advantage whereby students do have a lot of offerings of placement opportunities through industries and organisations that are located in the city. So a lot of our students will do placements with the National Health Service and with different, as I mentioned, different organisations as well. We offer a chemistry clinic as well, so we do ask students to come on board as well in consultancy led programmes along with our researchers, and they work with entrepreneurs as well on new ideas to support school students, which is really innovative as well. We do have study abroad and exchange opportunities through many of our science courses, and again, lots of industrial partnerships. So we try as best we can to make sure that each year students will get some opportunity of working in our labs or some opportunity of placements as well. And we work along with our career service in partnership with them to try and offer some good practical experience. You can see here as well a list of our departments. So we do offer maths and statistics, physics, computer and information science, and pure and applied chemistry. And in terms of our rankings as well, we are very highly ranked. We have 5 disciplines as listed here that are ranked in the top 10 in the UK. Our Faculty of Engineering is actually one of the biggest faculties of engineering in the UK. We have 8 departments. We do offer very traditional programs, as you would expect, electronic and electrical, civil and mechanical, and then we delve into the more specialist areas as well. So things like aeromechanical engineering, architecture, naval, ocean and marine engineering, and biomedical engineering as well. And again, reflecting what I've just spoken about with sciences, being located in Glasgow means we do have the opportunity to take advantage of really strong industry links within the city as well, with companies such as Rolls-Royce and Boeing, some others listed here on this slide as well. So we do give students that opportunity as well to work with these organisations in placements and work experience. And some examples as well, we do have some students who go into competition with other students at other universities and the annual Formula Student Racing Car competition, which is pretty cool. So if you see a Formula 1 racing car on campus, that's what the students are doing. They're building that from scratch. And again, some kind of hands-on construction experience that we do within our civil and environmental engineering department as well, working with industry and getting students really heavily involved in that. I mentioned as well the 8 departments that we have within our Faculty of Engineering listed here. So again, from architecture, from the traditional subjects, all the way to the very specialist ones like naval architecture, ocean and marine engineering. And with that one, we are only one of 3 institutions in the UK that offers that particular specialisation. We've consistently been ranked within top 5 and top 10 for all of our engineering programs throughout the years. So you can see that listed here. I won't go through them all, but you can see very, very highly ranked, very well thought of. Our engineering programs are at Strathclyde. And finally, just to give you some information as well, it's not just about academics, of course, but it is about the student experience, especially if you want to come overseas as well and get that on your resume. It's something very different to do, and it really does set you up for life, giving you some independence. We do offer loads on campus for students to get involved in. We recently opened a £31 million state-of-the-art sports centre. We have over 100 different clubs and societies through our student association and student union. Parents, folks, do not worry, your children will have housing. We do have on-campus housing available as well. You have your own room, you don't room share, it's apartment style living, so you will share bathroom and kitchen facilities. And we do offer lots of student support in terms of our international dedicated student support to help with visas, for example, our disability and wellbeing services, and we offer study skills workshops and a career service as well. You can find lots more information on our webpage, strath.ac.uk. Go onto our US country webpage for more specific information, and my contact details and those of my colleague Ashley Smith as well. So please do feel free to get in touch with us. And again, if you just bear with me, I shall pass quickly over to Dana. And if someone wouldn't mind, because I am a technophobe here, if someone wouldn't mind just shouting out how I actually do that, that would be wonderful. Can I do that?
What was your question? What did you try to do?
How can I pass on to the next person, please?
Oh, they'll just go ahead. Who's next on the list?
I think that's it. Actually, I
That's
think
it.
we're out of time.
Awesome. Yeah, so thank you again, participants, for coming. I'm going to share my screen for just a few information. Thank you, panelists, for sharing all that information. I want to go to Scotland now, in England now. I wish I go back to college. So thank you again. At the end, when you click when you sign off this Zoom session, it's going to ask you for a quick survey. So please answer those 4 questions. Sign up for more sessions, and again, recording will be available. So if you want to share your friends who can't make it, share that with them. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the next sessions.